For those of you watching this right now, please be sure to keep up with me on YouTube as well as all links in the description below. I need all the support now more than ever. And now our feature presentation. This is awesome. This is the most awesome two-parter I have ever watched. I'm not kidding you, it is screaming insanely awesome. This is Mega Man NG and I welcome you guys to another TMNT 2012 Season 3 episode review. It's a big one because we're doing a two-part review, or rather a review covering two parts. Yep, this is episode 12 and episode 13, the two-parter Battle for New York. Everything that has happened since the end of Season 2, and it culminates into this. Oh, it's gonna be a fun one, alright. So here's the deal. I'll provide a summary as well as some of the main points, and I've taken a lot of notes. Let us get started. By unexpected circumstance, Mikey's fiddling of the retro mutagen causes it to be perfected. Donatello believes that with this, they can save New York City and the people. The question is where to find them, and April says they are in Dimension X. Before they can figure a way to reach them, the Turtles get some unexpected help in the form of the Mighty Mutanimals. After introductions and reunions, they discover a Kraang plot to mutate the planet. There's just one problem. Both teams can't learn to work together. It gets worse when the Kraang find them. With the fate of the Earth hanging in the balance, can both teams put their differences aside and work together to not only save the planet, but also free the people trapped in Dimension X? Yeah, a two-parter that is just too action-packed for me to express. Yeah, before I begin with the review, we're now at the midway point of Season 3, and it makes sense that we get a two-parter just like last season. Sadly, this was aired a week earlier on Nick's official website. Why Nick does this, I have no idea. But it gives me all the more reason to just enjoy the episode for what it is. After all, I still have plenty of more episodes to go through before the end of the Season 3. So yeah, we get a debut of the Mighty Mutanimals. Remember all the different mutants that we met throughout the series so far? Like Leatherhead, Slash, Pigeon Pete, and Dr. Rockwell? Well, they're now a team, and that's pretty surprising to say the least. Oh, and Dr. Rockwell finally gets a voice actor. If you remember the first time we saw Dr. Rockwell, he didn't have much of a voice at all, though he would provide like sounds by Frank Welker. However here, Dr. Rockwell is voiced by Tom Kenny. Yep, the voice of Spongebob, or in this case the voice of Spyro in the original Spyro the Dragon, he voices Dr. Rockwell. And I don't have anything wrong with it, but hey, I think it kind of makes sense. With the first part, it reunites the Turtles with the Mutanimals, but things go real bad because of the Kraang. Which also brings up one of the episode's little drawbacks, that both teams can't learn to get along. In a way, the Turtles and the Mutanimals are pretty much foils for each other's. Leo and Slash are the leader. You also have Mikey and Leatherhead, who I'm surprised they get along quite well. Donatello and Dr. Rockwell, although at first they don't get along, but eventually they do work together. Though it doesn't give Dr. Rockwell an excuse to be a big jerk. And Raphael and Pigeon Pete. This I don't honestly get. It's that the only difference is that their leaders, Leo and Slash, have their own way of doing things. And they don't get along at first. And it isn't until the end of part 1 where they actually do make up and work together. We also get a debut, the Turtle Blimp. And it's completely different from the 87 version. Don has a weird imagination, and I kind of like this version of the Turtle Blimp most of all. Not only is it useful for air-based stuff, but it can also be used to check out the city and see if anything else happens. We also get the return of Kraang Subprime. He's still crazy and dangerous, still voiced by the ever-awesome Gilbert Gottfried. However, the idea of trying to mutate Earth in such a manner would have a similar premise to the Tales of the TMNT series finale, with Raphael Mutant Apocalypse. Although not quite as it was, but it seems to tell me that it would be inevitable. But we know the series finale, Mutant Apocalypse, is set in an alternate universe, so you don't have to worry about that. But I felt that the plot had some similarities, at least for part 1. Eventually, by the end of part 1, both teams were able to stop Kraang Sublime's plan. Although one of the highlights for me was Donatello trying to stop the mutagen missile from hitting Earth, and as they keep on going higher and higher, I mean, it was just scary. It really is. Not only that, but after all is said and done, they get along after the plan goes well, which leads up to part 2. Part 2 is considered twofold. Well, with both teams having one simple objective, freeing everyone from Dimension X. But they do it in 2 ways. On one side, you have the Turtles, who head to Dimension X to save the people with the Turtle Blimp, unaware that Kraang Subprime is on their tail. Not only that, but there's the Mighty Mutanimals, who must help the Turtles get to Dimension X, so they have to hijack the TCRI building so they can open a portal. And considering that this is Dimension X we're talking about, Mikey gets smart, returning as Savage Mikey. Yeah, this is the part where Mikey gets to shine, and I don't question what Mikey does, but this guy, he's just, ugh. He gets to be really crazy to the point where his brothers either find him annoying or beneficial. Hey, who am I to complain? Because whenever Mikey does something good, especially in Dimension X, it works. Although the Mighty Mutanimals have their work cut out for them. Miss Campbell does make a return after quite some time, and she's brought along some Irma bots. Yeah, robots that look like Irma, but they're dangerous. It doesn't mean a thing when the guys get overwhelmed. They had no choice but to surrender. The Kraang are packing heavy artillery. It's no exception here. They even bring out a Dracatroid, a 2-headed Kraang robot that's like a 2-headed dragon. That's scary. Are the Kraang this desperate to rule Earth this bad? I mean, wow. Just completely wow. I do like the design though. The design is just very well done. Both teams show that anything is possible, whether it be the Turtles trying to save everyone in Dimension X, mostly because Savage Mikey ends up being the smartest of the group while in Dimension X, and some of his stuff are just absolutely hilarious. I mean, while Donnie's talking, Mikey's rapidly pressing buttons as if he actually knows what he's doing. It's just hilarious to look at. And on the other side, you have the Mutanimals fighting against the Kraang in spite of impossible odds, even with handicaps because Rockwell lost his helmet and he had to be quite limited, though it didn't stop him from getting the job done indeed. The action is just outright insane. From start to finish, it is one heck of an action-packed thrill ride. From start to finish, everything about this 2-parter is incredible. Whether it be part 1 with both teams meeting for the first time and having to work together to stop the Kraang's plot to mutate Earth into another Dimension X, or part 2 where both teams have to work their utmost to save everyone while beating the Kraang down. I mean it, everything about this 2-parter is incredible, and I could go on and on talking about it, but what else is there to say? I loved it. Compared to last season's 2-parter, which, despite the fact that they went into Dimension X and we had a cameo of the 80s Turtles, I am thankful for that. This more than makes up for it. I loved it big time. It is my favorite 2-parter of the entire series. Hands down, more so than the Season 2 finale, which ended with a downer ending and set things up for Season 3. There are too many favorite moments to count, but anything involving Mikey is a highlight for me. Especially at the end when the Turtles had to save everyone and get them home. And yeah, it was a happy ending for everyone involved. Compared to last season, yeah, this was a true happy ending, and it served as an ending to a story arc where the Turtles and the Mutanimals fought back against the Kraang and regained their home. And that makes me feel more thankful than it already is because it was just awesome. Awesome in every way. However, it won't be the last we'll see of Kraang Subprime or the Kraang. And there's a very good reason for that. If you guys know what's going to be happening by the end of Season 3, then you'll probably know. Believe me, once we reach that point, I will be explaining what that is. And it's not going to be pretty. My ratings for the review for both parts are in the description, but if you guys want the short version, this 2-parter is a perfect 10. I loved it. I loved it a lot. It was action-packed, it was humorous, it was awesome, and it had an ending that screamed, Booyakasha. Loved every bit of it. But I gotta ask, what do you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments what you think, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. With this 2-parter behind, we're near the end of Season 3. We only have a few more episodes to go till the 2-part season finale, which would lead up and we go full circle. Yeah. So yeah, that is going to be it for this TMNT episode review. It's not a long review, but just wait till I reach the Season 3 finale. And then once I'm done with the Season 3 finale, I will be reviewing the entire series as a whole. as well as do a re-review of 3 episodes from Season 4 that I wish I put more effort on. I don't know why, but I need to put more effort on them. So what can you do? Anyway, that is going to be it for this TMNT episode review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're subscribed to me, please be sure to click on the bell and have notifications set to all so that way you know when I upload. I can't stress it enough because something's up with my channel and things are not going so well. I only hope things can get better, but if not, I don't know what I'll do. I worry about this stuff too much, but I really want to keep going in spite of everything that I've been through. It really does mean a lot to me. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. See you next week. Peace out. Boo Yakasha.